International.
The Iglesia Ni Cristo will file cases in the Quezon City Regional Trial Court against a group of Mrs. Lottie Manalo Hemedez and Mr. Felix Nathaniel Manalo and other occupants at number 36 Tandang Sora Avenue, Quezon City. Here's the report from Eden Suarez.
The Iglesia Ni Cristo will file cases in the Quezon City Regional Trial Court against the group of Mrs. Lottie Manalo Hemedez, Mr. Felix Nathaniel Manalo and other occupants at number 36 Tandang Sora Avenue, Quezon City. Attorney Danny Villanueva, one of the lawyers of the Iglesia Ni Cristo, said cases to be filed are slight physical injury and grave threat, while another case of trespassing will be filed against Mrs. Lottie Hemedez and other occupants in the Tandang Sora property. This is in line with the January 15, 2016 incident in front of Tandang Sora Avenue INC property. Two security guards of the Iglesia Ni Cristo got hurt and bruised after a commotion wherein pushing and shoving arose because the woman with Mrs. Lottie hit the security guards with her umbrella.
Lahat po ng involved, maaari din magkaroon ng pananagutan si Lottie Hemedez, si Gemma Hemedez, at yung iba pang mga kasama, sapagkat makikita ho, may establish din na mayroong conspiracy doon sa ginawa nila. Bago pa ho ang komosyon, sa kanila ho nanggaling yung provocation, yung pag-agaw ng metal detector ng isang gwardiya natin, yung pag-agaw ng baril, mayroon pang sumuntok, kaya ho minasaktan. At makikita naman ho sa medico legal certificate na inisyu po ng ospital, na talagang ang dalawang gwardiya ho natin ay nagtamo ng sugat doon sa nangyari. Kaya lahat po ng nandoon, maging yung nag-udyok, nag-utos, ay kasama po sa mananagot sa anumang krimen. Particular na nga yung physical injuries, yung sugat na tinamo ng ating dalawang gwardiya.
Tension got worse when one of the men belonging to the camp of expelled members Lottie Hemedez and Angel Manalo had pulled out a gun and even tried to grab the metal detector of INC security personnel detailed in the area. The INC security guards were preventing a group of men and a girl who were with Mrs. Lottie Hemedez from entering the INC compound. Attorney Villanueva said these people were not authorized to go inside the INC property. CCTV footage showed the bodyguard of Lottie Hemedez pulling out a gun. He was later identified as Jonathan Ledesma. Attorney Villanueva said the INC guards were just trying to implement the instruction given to them that only Mrs. Lottie Hemedez is allowed to go inside the INC compound. Villanueva added that this was not the first time that the INC security guards were harassed by Mrs. Lottie's bodyguards. He said this is a strategy on the part of Mrs. Lottie guards to start a commotion that would make the INC security guards look as the instigators.
Ang totoo, bago pa ho yung pangyayari noong January 15, noong Oktubre pa ng 2015, ay marami na hong nakita yung ating mga gwardiya na nakapasok doon sa number 36. At itong mga nakapasok po na kalalakihan, na laging nakasuot ng bonnet, ay talagang armado po sila. Mahahabang kalibre ng baril, mayroon din silang mga hawak na maiksing kalibre, at kumpleto sila sa gamit. At karamihan po sa mga ito ay kasama ni Ginoong Faildon. Itong si Ginoong Faildon po ay, ito po yung isang opisyal, dating opisyal ng Philippine Navy na nakasama doon sa
Occupant mutiny.
Yeah, opo. At kaya naman, itong ating mga gwardiya na nagbabantay dyan sa number 36, talagang alam nila na ang grupong ito ay armado ng matataas na kalibre ng baril at meron silang training para puminsala. Kaya maiintindihan po natin yung naging reaksyon ng isa sa mga gwardiya natin. Bahagi po ng pagtupad ng kanilang tungkulin bilang gwardiya, ipagtanggol na walang mapinsala doon sa mga nakatira sa number 36. At wag ding mapinsala siyempre sila bilang mga gwardiya.
Villanueva also said that the INC security personnel acted in self-defense when they pulled out a handgun knowing that they were facing danger.
Nandoon po yung panganib sapagkat yung mga nagtatangkang pumasok ay alam nila na may mga dalang armas. O ano, kaya lang bahagi po ng instruction sa kanila na mag-observe ng maximum tolerance. Kaya hindi po sila gumamit ng anumang physical na dahas para lang ipagtanggol ang kanilang sarili. Kaya lamang noong January 15, sapagkat talagang nandoon na yung totoong talagang panganib. Sapagkat meron ng mga bumunot ng baril sa kabilang kampo. At may nakita nga sila na isang mataas na kalibre ng baril na hawak noong nasa looban.
Sa loob.
At sila nga isinaktan, inagawan ng baril. Kaya ho, justified yung reaksyon ng isang gwardiya natin na ipagtanggol ang kanyang sarili. At bahagi noon yung paggamit ng baril na inisyu sa kanya para magampanan niya yung kanyang tungkulin bilang isang gwardiya.
INC spokesperson Brother Edwil Zabala meantime confirmed that the Iglesia Ni Cristo is conducting an investigation on the January 15, 2016 incident. One of the men from the Hemedez camp was identified as a certain Jonathan Ledesma, a former soldier of the Philippine Navy. Philippine Navy records identified Ledesma's status as a deserter. Ledesma was seen pulling a gun when INC security guards detailed that the gate of the Tandang Sora property prevented unauthorized people from entering the INC compound. Sources said that Ledesma was among the first batch of unauthorized men which the camp of Hemedez had tried to smuggle into the INC compound, saying that the men were to serve as gardeners.
The Iglesia Ni Cristo is conducting an investigation into the incident that took place last January 15, 2016 in front of number 36 Tandang Sora, Quezon City. In that incident, there were people from the camp of Mrs. Lottie Hemedez and Mr. Angel Manalo who tried to grab the metal detector of one of the security guards of the Iglesia Ni Cristo. We also were able to see in the CCTV footage that someone from inside, a deserter of the Philippine Navy named Mr. Ledesma, pulled out a gun. And we were able to determine that Mr. Ledesma, a deserter, I would like to repeat, a deserter of the Philippine Navy, was one of those who entered the compound at number 36 Tandang Sora, allowed by Mrs. Lottie Hemedez and Mr. Angel Manalo without the approval.
Meanwhile, Eagle News still could not reach Mrs. Hemedez's camp for comment. Eden Suarez Santos, I'm 1 with 25.